All right, so I've let this dry off a little bit, and it really didn't take long. And it's all nice and flat again. Now, the last time I put just sort of like color everywhere, with the yellows and the blues and stuff like that, and nice and wet. And this time, I think what I'll do is I'll just reinforce the colors that I have in there already and maybe add some details. So this time, I'm not going to paint it with water first. I'm going to go in with the same old brush that I was using before. Remember, I kind of like to use just one brush. And, well, we'll just see what I can do with it. First thing I think I'll do is start adjusting the color back here a little bit. And it's not too bad. I think this one's good. This one's good. I think I'll make this one a little bit darker. And I'll just come in here at the bottom. So maybe a little bit more red in here as well. And each time I add a little color, it's making it a little bit darker. Okay. And I'm not trying to color it totally flat in here. In fact, I like it if it's a little bit not quite so flat. Okay. And so in the water here, I have a choice. Either I could kind of reflect what's going on here, or I could leave it that nice color. I think I'm going to leave it just reflecting the sky, not so much the hills. Maybe, if anything, just a little bit just at the edge. See that? Just a little ghosting that in a little bit. Careful, remember this is yellow, right? So yellow and blue is going to make green if I'm not careful about it. So get a little bit of that red in there. Oof. Seeing that, just that little bit, that's enough. Reflections are easy that way. A little bit will really make it crazy. Okay, and so maybe I'll put a little bit of ripple into the water. Once again, watching out, I don't want to turn my water green. So I'm going to be going more towards the reds here. And maybe, if anything, a little bit of purple. So in other words, a little bit of red and blue. But not just straight up blue, especially not in here. Because, I'll start over here where it's safer. Because I don't want it to turn green, right? So here I'm just using the paintbrush to just give it a little bit. Ooh, I'm feeling the water. I'm just feeling a little bit of ripple into the water. Not everywhere, just a few places. And that's it. Don't get too crazy on it. Tend to go a little bit too crazy. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Let's darken it up down here. Ooh. See, there's not much yellow down here, so I'm a little bit safer going with that purple. I don't want it to turn it too brown either. But here at the bottom here, I want it to be a little bit darker, don't I? That's that old landscaping trick that I told you about. Okay, so there we go. And just that little bit, whoop, boop. That'll do it. That'll give you a little bit of a sense of water. The other place that I want to put in a little bit more color, ooh, oh no, look at that, I polluted my color, is maybe underneath these rocks. Okay. And let the watercolor just do its watercolor thing. Maybe on the bottom of this right here. I don't know what color this is. Just kind of dark and gray, maybe. Give myself some red to play with. Okay, and so I've got the red on the brush. So I'm just going to reinforce the dark areas. So when you're reinforcing an area, what you want to do, see these rocks are like a pattern, is you don't want to break the pattern. Well, that's hard to say, because sometimes you do, but oftentimes maybe it's better to reinforce the pattern than just to wholesale make a new one. Especially with a real solid object like these. These are rocks, right? So the pattern is not totally random. And every bit of paint that I'm going in here is making it a little bit darker. Okay, and so where else could you use some dark? Maybe in here, you see I've got, this is what I'm talking about. So I've got some areas that are a little bit darker. So now, instead of going into the lighter areas, I'll just reinforce some of the darker areas. And so I'm going to go and stroking the brush. So if I've got grass, so maybe the stroke is more straight, right? Like a grass, you know. There's no magic to this whole painting thing, or I should say there's no perfect formula. The best thing that I could tell you is, this is going to sound really stupid, right? Be the grass. If you're painting the grass, be the grass, right? If you're painting the rock, be the rock. Yeah, I still got to decide what I'm going to do with these windows here. I think darken them up a little bit. Ooh, I know. I'll make them reflect the sunset a little bit, so I'll go a little bit with the red near the top, going to more orange near the bottom. Orange and yellow, right? That makes sense, just like the sunset. Give me the sense of reflection in those things, right? And some in here as well. These are also windows, after all. Oof, okay, cool. And let me see, and I think in the boat we'll have a little bit more in the way of shadow near the bottom here. And I think I'll avoid this little oarlock right here. Remember, because if I want something to stay light, that's it, I got to keep it light. That's the secret of watercolor right there. Really don't get a lot in the way of do-overs. And I think I do want this to be a little bit stronger color. I think I'll go in with my yellow next because that's a nice harmonious color, right? It's only going to make oranges. It's not going to make um, anything in the way of brown with those reds. Okay, nice little yellow going on there. And we'll add more yellow into here. Okay, so here too, the yellow will make things darker. So watch out for that too, right? So some areas you see like right up here, maybe I want that to stay a little bit lighter. So I'll leave it alone, right? I won't even put any yellow right there. Maybe other areas, a little bit darker, a little bit more in the yellows there. You see how I'm reinforcing the pattern here. So I'm going to not like right underneath the red. I probably won't put much in the way of the yellow there because I want it to have that little sort of texture to it, that little sort of sense of form to it. Everything has forms. Into here. Oops. Yeah, it was going to be a white door, but now it's going to be a brown one. Cool. Okay. And might as well, yeah, this is going to be dark over here. Alrighty then, we're getting there. And so now a little bit into here with my blue. No, a little bit more yellow on the dock. Keep building up that color. Yeah. Maybe down the middle, leave a little bit dirty on the edge there. Alright, cool. Right, so yes, so now in with my blue, so I'm washing my brush real good. Wiping it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go into my darkest area first because that's my safest area in case it's too strong. If it's not strong enough, no harm done. Add more.